Welcome to my channel where we discuss everything and all things politics, economy, and development in Nigeria and around the world. In our reactions, one of these channels' reactions to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's so-called presidential media chat, we are looking at his claim or his assertion that he has no regrets about the removal of the fuel subsidy. He defended to the best of his own ability the removal of the fuel subsidy, despite the consequences of that action on the Nigerian public, on the Nigerian people and Nigerian public. But first of all, there are one important thing we need to note. The government itself, remember, there are people in the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu who are telling us that it wasn't Bola Ahmed Tinubu that removed the fuel subsidy, that the fuel subsidy was already removed by Muhammad Buhari. Now, when you begin to ask between Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Muhammad Buhari, who removed the fuel subsidy, it becomes a question of 6 and half a dozen. Those who believe that it was Buhari that removed fuel subsidy say that by not putting fuel subsidy payment in the budget of 2023, that invariably Buhari had removed the fuel subsidy. When it was convenient for some people in the Tinubu administration, they would say that fuel subsidy was already removed. It was not in budget in 2023. Okay, that it wasn't added in the budget. But when it suits the APC, some people in Tinubu government, they will say that the president was courageous. Tinubu was a courageous president, or is a courageous president who had to do the difficult job of removing the fuel subsidy. But no doubt about the fact that while Buhari did not make provision for budget for subsidy payment in the 2023 budget, Tinubu didn't make any effort to do a supplementary budget to add it. In other words, Tinubu owns it. And from his media chat, he owns it. And he said that he has no regret about the fuel subsidy removal. This is despite the fact that his removal of the fuel subsidy has caused a lot of pains in the country. He said he has no regrets. Now, removal of fuel subsidy had been on the agenda in Nigeria. Several administrations have been talking about the removal of fuel subsidy. Okay? And remember that in 2012, President Goodluck Jonathan decided that enough is enough with the corruption in the fuel subsidy regime, that he is going to face it out. But Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the others in the opposition at that time took to the streets to protest the removal of fuel subsidy. Now, when it is convenient for him, all those reasons why he protested against the removal of fuel subsidy no longer make sense when he became president in 2023. And now he's saying that despite the hardship that process had brought to Nigerians, he has no regrets. Because if you look at the stampede over rice and everything else going on in Nigeria today, they are all tied to that removal of fuel subsidy. Because the removal of fuel subsidy without proper thinking, without consultation, created serious economic crisis in Nigeria. This was aptly captured by even Western media like the New York Times and the Financial Times of London when they x-rayed Tinubu's economic reform program. Their subsidy removal is at the center of what we are passing through in Nigeria today. Fuel subsidy removal or any subsidy removal is not cast in stone. A caring government, having seen how Nigerian people have suffered, could have done a rejig of the removal of the fuel subsidy. This is because there is nothing wrong about subsidy in itself. It is the corruption in the subsidy that is the problem. There is no nation in this world that does not provide subsidy for their fuel. Not even in the United States, the epicenter of capitalism in the world. There is fuel subsidy in the United States. But in Nigeria, the baby is thrown away with the bathwater. Why? They say because of the corruption in fuel subsidy. But this same fuel subsidy has wiped away, fuel subsidy removal has wiped away all the gains that we had made in this country trying to sustain the middle class in Nigeria. But the president was even proud of the fact that some people that used to have plenty cars, they can't afford to fuel all of it. So to him, we have to live according to our means, which is okay. But it is not supposed to be enforced at the detriment of the welfare of the generality of the Nigerian people. Also, the fuel subsidy removal has not translated in any better life for Nigerians. The money from the fuel subsidy, they say they have benefited from it. The government claim that states and local government are now getting more money, but that money is not being filled by Nigerians are not feeling the impact of the increase in allocation to the states and local government. Nigerians are still wailing over the high cost of living, which has not reduced because more money is entering the hands of local governments and states. But the answer that the president gave on the fuel subsidy, it shows that he is detached from the suffering of Nigerians caused by the fuel subsidy removal. Because if he is a compassionate president, somebody who is feeling what Nigerians are feeling, he would have known that there is a need to rejig the fuel subsidy in the light of the present reality of Nigeria. That there is a need to rejig it. There's a need to bring semblance of control in the sale of fuel in Nigeria. But he has said it all, that he has no regrets. And after the program, I went online to see the reaction of Nigerians to that statement. That his statement that he has no regrets about the removal of fuel subsidy angered a lot of Nigerians. And the reaction I got from the comment, I like reading comments on social media. And the conclusion I got was that several people were saying that they will have no regret in kicking him out of office in 2027. The consensus I got was that Nigerians said that we will also have no regrets in voting you out in 2027. Some people said, of course, even despite the fact we know how INEC and the APC did all these things, some people said, yes, we regret voting you, but we will not regret voting you out in 2027. That was the general consensus I got from Nigerians in their reaction from that President Bola Tinubu's assertion that he has no regrets. He ought to do much more than that, but apparently he don't think that Nigerians have even suffered enough. And that was a line to his recent statement where he said that Nigerians were living fake life before, that it is now that they are living their true life, that they are now living according to their real status in the country. But Nigerians, from the reaction I've got, are already preparing to show the president that they will have no regret in voting him out in 2027. It now remains to be seen whether these Nigerians will have the courage of their conviction to defend their votes from the APC and INEC when the time comes. Only time will tell. I don't know what to think about the president's assertion that he has no regrets about the removal of the fuel subsidy at his media chat that was held on Monday, December 23, 2024. Let's hear from you at the comment section.